EMS61000-5A surge generator is a high-reliability test system specially designed for the characteristics and requirements of surge immunity test in electromagnetic compatibility test. The test system includes EMS61000-5A host, GT2502 isolation transformer, communication cable, RJ45 cable, EMS61000-5A and isolation transformer power cables and output cables. Connect the device power cable to the power supply port on the back of the instrument. Fix the GT2502 power supply cable by a screwdriver. Connect the device EUT input cable to the EUT power supply port on the back of the instrument, and connect the other end to the GT2502 3-core port. Press the switches above the device power supply port and EUT power supply port from off to on. At this time, the power indicator in front of the device turns yellow. The indicator is changed from yellow to green after pressing the power switch. Pull the air switch of GT2502 instrument up. Meanwhile, the device and GT2502 instruments are started up. Insert EUT power supply cables into corresponding power supply ports on the front panel of device. 1. When testing passive components such as diodes, transformers and etc., connect power supply cables of load to high and low ports of the front panel. 2. When testing an active load, connect power cables of the test load to L, N, and P terminals. As shown in the figure, connect power cables of the load to the power supply ports L and N for power supply. The required voltage could be adjusted by the knob. Output voltage, 93 to 66 volt. Press the switch next to the 3-core socket and then set the output parameters. 1. Voltage setting. The voltage can be set as static, linear, number, or percent modes. Take the static voltage output mode as example. Set a static output, such as 1000 volt. 2. Phase setting. Phase can be set as synchronous, asynchronous, and etc. In phase synchronous, the instrument takes EUT power supply as synchronous source for static output, and in asynchronous, the instrument random pulse phase is output. 3. Impedance setting. Set it to 12 ohms for common mode and 2 ohms for differential mode. 4. Coupling path can be set as direct output and coupling power output. When the output is coupled, multiple coupling paths can be set, coupling to L, N, or P single or multiple paths. 5. Pulse interval and spikes. Pulse interval means set pulse time, pulse spikes mean the number of pulses. 6. Voltage and current limit. Used to set the voltage and current limit can make the instrument test value exceeds the limit value for closing, marking or failed operation. After setting the parameters, when the load is passive instrument, click Run to test. When the load is active instrument, click the EUT switch option on the screen. At this time, the instrument will supply EUT power, then click Run again to start measuring. After the test is completed, click Save and then can preview the report in the Report option. Click Setup in the USB disk to install the software in Drive C and open the software after completion. Connect the device to the computer host by an RJ45 cable. IP setting. Check the IP address in the Network Sharing Center of the computer, and click Setting on the instrument to modify the IP address to make the first 3 digits of the IP address are consistent with that of the computer, but the last 3 digits are different. For example, if the IP address on the PC is 192.168.1.36, set the IP address on the instrument to 192.168.1.35. Click Set Communication Edit to set the IP address in the software to be consistent with that on the instrument. At this time, communicating is displayed on the instrument screen, indicating successful communication. After opening the software, click the View window to select the parameter box you want to display. Set the required parameters in the Waveform Parameter Setting box, including voltage, phase, impedance, coupling path, pulse interval and trigger mode and other parameters setting. Equivalent to the instrument side setting operation, you can edit the output steps in the left interface of the software. After completing these settings, during the test, click EUT option to supply power to EUT first, and then click Start Test. After the test is complete, the report can be saved as a PDF. The above is the basic operation process video of device surge generator. If you want to obtain more detailed operation information, please refer to the user manual of EMS61000-5A.